So, step 2, we need some hardware first of all. So we need this cap head screw, which is this guy here, which is an M2.6 by 8mm. We need this SC242B. It's like basically it's like a ball cap. We need that one there as well. We need this plastic part from the Plastic Tree SC226B, part number 6. We also need this plastic piece, which is also from SC226B, part 5. We also need 4 of these 2.6mm nuts. And there's 4 of those, you can't miss them, they're all the same. And we need these ball ends, which are the, again, you can't miss them, they're the only ones in the packet there. You need 2 of those, which are SC240s. And you need a couple of your tools, because you need to adjust these, and you just need to make a note of this drawing here. So we need to put the ball ends in and use these nuts, these 2.6mm nuts, as like locking nuts. So we're going to lock this in position so that there's no overlap underneath here. So this is where we're doing. So let me put them into place first of all. So let's do two parts. So we take the top of this, this is basically our servo arm. We want the 3rd hole in. So we're going up from the bottom, and we're going to wind that through because it's got a little bit of a catch there. And this one's straightforward enough. Wind that through, pop your end on the top, and like that. And yeah, you're just going to get that perfectly right. Use one of your little Allen keys and screw that home. Hold that home if you like, and at the same time as you're holding that, making sure it's home, you can use the box wrench and tighten that up. So there we are. Right, so that's that bit then done. And we take this bit here, and first of all, we're going to pop a couple of these 2.6mm nut locking nuts there. Pop those on and wind those on. Make sure you get the threads right. So just take your time, wind back, and then wind those on like that. You'll see why in a moment, why I do this way. So lock that one on, that's one of them locked on. And again, the same again. There we are. Getting the right orientation again. Pop this through like the top, like that. I'm going to put my finger over the bottom of those and then pop the other nut on the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to see if I can get close up. Hopefully the phone, I use the camera on the phone here, so hopefully it'll lock on. Once I get this on, I have to come back on the thread. Let's see if I can come a bit closer for you. And you can see this is sticking out. So what we've got to do is we've got to wind this back out like this, and then on this one like this, and technically speaking we've got to use the end of the wrench to lock those in place, and you might need to use the box wrench as well. And it's just a case of locking them like this. Okay, and the idea is you lock them in place so they don't move, and there's no, hopefully that's still, there's no overlap. So just to make sure this is fully home, I've adjusted this now. So I've got the box wrench on the bottom nut of each one, and I've got the little spanner that comes with the kit, and I've just nipped those up so they're nice and tight and nothing sticking out the bottom. So there we go, that's now adjusted. So again, just use the Allen key to move this forward a little bit, and use the actual spanner for the top nut and the box wrench for the bottom nut to lock it into place. And it's a little bit of fiddly, you just got to take your time and just run your fingers just to make sure there's nothing. So they're nice and tight and they're not going nowhere. So that's now step 2 completed. Right, we're now on step 3, and step 3, we take the components that we built up in step 2, our servo saver, and we complete the servo saver by putting the SC22B part A, which is this metal aluminium sort of tube, the spring, which is SC226B part B, and our E5 clip, the dreaded E clips, but these are bigger, so it shouldn't be a problem. So literally quite simple. We got to pop this up through the bottom. There's like a recess for it. Pop that through and up through there, and we're going to be collecting this this way. Oh. This way round. So you push through. So you're going to need to put a little bit of force on here to hold it through, and whilst you're squeezing it through, you're going to need to pop the E-clip through. What I might do here is just use the bench, push on the bench for it, excuse the fat fingers, and will it push by hand? Probably not, no. So I do have in my weapon, I'm just going to move that down a minute while I'll get my little set of, I've got a little set of adjustable they're like pipe wrench things. I've had them since I was very, very young. So let's try again, pop that through, there we go, and should be able to, oh blimey, trying to get this. He says this is going to be an easy step. He thought, nope. There we go. There we are. There you go. That's now in and ready to roll. Yeah, I've had these since I was 16. Yeah, they're old. On to the next step.